Some directors are so good, just seeing their names on the film poster is a reason to check out their latest work. From Spielberg to Nolan to Scorsese, there are some true geniuses working in Hollywood. Two other names that also make that list are Joel and Ethan Coen, better known as the Coen brothers. Right now, we're going to check out their trademarks, what it is that makes their picks so unique and fantastic. Some titles you might know them from are Fargo, The Big Lebowski, or True Grit. Before getting started, we need to point out that they're not the most forthcoming duo ever, so we'll mostly let others explain why they're so great. To give you an idea of what we're talking about here, here's their reaction to when they heard No Country for Old Men was nominated for 4 Golden Globes.
Alrighty, thank you. See, that'll help.
Right, and now they can put Golden Globe, it was Golden Globe, right, nominee on the ad, and people in somewhere are going to go, oh, okay, maybe I should go and see that.
The thing that mostly stands out from the Coens' work are the quirky characters. Of course, this applies to any motion picture, but with these guys' movies, they write such goofballs, it doesn't even matter what the plot is, people will still be glued to the screen. They also often throw in a bunch of other total idiots, and when they're in need of a real moron, like they were for Oh Brother Where Art Thou or Hail Caesar, then George Clooney is the first person they call.
It's clearly they have great respect for my intellect, don't you think? And they think of me very highly, it seems, because every time I get a script, it's like the dumbest guy in the movie.
Great. Clooney is just one name on a long list of frequent collaborators for the Coens. The filmmaking siblings really like their regulars, and especially John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, and Frances McDormand can be found in a lot of their films. Frances is actually married to Joel, so that makes sense.
We think about actors a lot when we write, and sometimes we write parts for specific actors that usually we've worked with before. And sometimes we write parts not knowing who's going to play them. Sometimes we write parts with actors in mind. But often in those cases, the exercise is more, okay, we understand how good they are as actors and we've seen them do this and that, but wouldn't it be interesting to see them do something entirely differently?
Another person Joel and Ethan Coen can't get enough of is Roger Deakins, who's their go-to cinematographer. They've made a ton of movies together, and Roger still can't believe how effectively the directors shoot. 1 or 2 takes per scene is usually enough for them.
I was doing an interview the other day and said, well, how much film do you shoot on a Coen Brothers movie? So we found out from the post-production super. And on No Country for Old Men, it was less than 300,000 feet, I understand. On something like Barton Fink, it was less than 200,000 feet. I think, in fact, it was about 160,000 feet. Well, the average sort of medium to big Hollywood film now shoots over 1 million feet of film. I mean, that's a huge difference.
Most of the Coens' movies start with a crime gone wrong. Just think of the kidnapping from Fargo, the casino robbery in The Lady Killers, or the corrupt exec trying to drive down stock prices in The Hudsucker Proxy. Now that's just the setup. After that goes wrong, things really spiral out of control, and the protagonist usually goes from bad to worse, like in A Serious Man.
There's nothing as so funny as someone else's unhappiness. But that's kind of one of the operating principles of the movie.
It's also a Jewish thing, Jews love stories about schlemiels, somebody that bad things happen to. There's something sad about it, but, deny it, and however much you will, there's something funny about it, too.
If you check out pretty much any Coen Brothers movie, you'll notice that there's a scene inside a car in it. There's just something about the characters being stuck in a claustrophobic situation they can't escape from.
And I'm the worst guy you'd ever want to get stuck in a long car ride with.
Joel and Ethan are also die-hard movie buffs. All their films are full of references to old motion pictures of times gone by. Even though they aren't noticed by 99% of the viewers, the siblings just do it because they really like to.
A Coen Brothers movie is always a thing in and of itself, but it's in the world that it's examining, but they're also always about movies, too. They make movies about movies in addition to the subject of the movie.
And last of all, we have to mention that Joel and Ethan Coen are the absolute masters of dark comedy. Their movies are often so uncomfortable for the characters that audiences don't know if they should laugh or feel bad for them.